are at an introduction to prepositional words. Your sentence combining workbook introduces you to a short list of prepositional words. These prepositional words are used to add details in order to avoid repetition in sentences. To remember prepositional words, imagine a cloud, a house, or a chair. You will have an easier time recognizing the relationship between prepositional words and parts of speech. Please note that even though of and about do not sound like prepositional words, they are part of a list. So I'm going to read you a few prepositional phrases. So you have the preposition over the cloud. That is a prepositional phrase. After the cloud, so that is a prepositional phrase. Below the cloud is a prepositional phrase. Above the cloud is a prepositional phrase. To the cloud is a prepositional phrase. So these are details that can enhance a sentence. In our sentence combining workbook, you have two sentences. The dance club admits everyone. This sentence is extremely simple. Everyone is between 18 and 21. And this is another simple sentence, so let's combine by embedding prepositional phrases in your writing. We have the dance club for teenagers admits everyone between 18 and 21. Notice that there is no need to add commas before and after these prepositional phrases, and also note that the subject and the verb can never be part of prepositional phrases. So here we have the noun, and we have the prepositional phrase that is modifying that noun, and then we have the prepositional phrase here that is modifying the noun in the sentence. And I'm going to go ahead and do with you the first problem in your sentence combining workbook that you will be doing for homework. And that sentence you have, it states, a group persuaded my cousin Brian to join them on a camping trip. So you see the words that are underlined. So you have a noun, Brian, and we have trip, another noun. So then you have these simple sentences that include prepositional phrases. So I went ahead and added these parentheses to show them to you. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add these prepositional phrases after the nouns that are underlined. So notice that if a writer uses too many simple sentences by avoiding complex sentences and compound sentences in his or her writing, we have a result of very simple sentence structure. So the solution would be is a group of outdoorsmen persuaded my cousin Brian from New York to join them on a camping trip to Yosemite National Park. So we have a prepositional phrase that is modifying the noun group. We have the prepositional phrase that is modifying Brian, and then we have to Yosemite National Park that is modifying trip. Again, there's no need for commas, and remember that the subject and verb can never be part of the prepositional phrase. So here we have the subject, and then we have the verb here. Group and persuade. So I want to take an opportunity to also introduce you to the power of the prepositional phrase at the beginning of a sentence. So in this sentence, notice that the monkey laughed is the main point. However, we have this very long prepositional phrase, and then a comma, and then we have a sentence that follows with another prepositional phrase. So over the mountain, on top of a tree, comma, the monkey laughed at the roaring lion. And I wanted you to see the over the mountain, on, and of was in our previous list that I told you. And then we have at the roaring lion. So that's another prepositional word. So I want you to pay attention to this sentence, because if you begin a sentence with a prepositional phrase that is longer than 5 words, in this case we have a few prepositional phrases here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. So whenever the prepositional phrase begins a sentence and is longer than 5 words, then you as a writer have a choice to, if it's less than 5 words, then you choose if you want to add a comma. But if it's longer than 5 words, then you have to add a comma. So I want to leave you with that, because now you have been you've been introduced to sentences with coordinate conjunctions that make those compound sentences, and you have the subordinators that make the complex sentences. But you can also have very simple sentence structure that can enrich a sentence and read very beautifully on page. So I encourage you, if you ever need to break that sentence pattern, go ahead and begin sentences with prepositional phrases. Why not? So what I want you to do now is time to practice embedding these sentences using prepositional phrases in your sentence combining workbook. And in this sentence actually, you have for you, it's a prepositional phrase, and then in your sentence combining workbook, and that's another prepositional phrase. And that's it. So I look forward to reviewing your homework and also looking at the sentences that you found in your magazines, and then finally reading a little bit about you and how you're going to reflect on your abilities as a writer, your weaknesses and strengths. Well, I will see you next time.